Today's lesson is going to talk about rate of change. So the very first thing we want to note is that rate of change is the same thing as slope, only this time it usually has words with it. So it basically tells us how quickly something is increasing or decreasing, or if it's doing neither, we just say it's a zero rate of change. So for example, we'll use a really simple graph. It says find the rate of change or find the slope. So the slope would be the rise, which is actually 1,000 feet every 1 minute. So if you notice, I wrote 1,000 feet over 1 minute. You could also present it like this. That's the same thing. And then they just ask you briefly to explain what that means and something simple like the balloon rises 1,000 feet every minute. That's fine. When is the balloon at 5,000 feet? So it looks like it'll take it 5 minutes, of course. And then it says, how high is the balloon off the ground at 2 seconds? So you want to be careful because the time is in minutes, not seconds. So the way I would do this is I would change my rate of change to 1,000 feet every 60 seconds, since that's the same as a minute. And then I'm actually going to divide that out. 1,000 divided by 60. So it's about 16.6 feet. Oops. Feet per second. So now if you're looking at 2 seconds, okay, so you just double this. So that's about 33.2 feet. We want to remember when we start doing word problems, if you see the word per, that's usually a slope indicator because that means here's a rate. So for example, your rate of pay is usually measured in dollars per hour, or your rate of speed is miles per hour. Both of them say the word per. So anytime you see per, you need to be thinking rate or slope. So we have a scenario. It's 2003 and Aeropostale has $4 million in sales. And then in 2006, their sales went down to $2 million. Find the rate of change. So that means you're going to find the slope. So the way I would do this is I would first make note that X, your independent variable, is the time in years. And your dependent variable is your number of sales. So the next thing I would do is I make ordered pairs, and I want to make sure my years are my x's. So 2003 is the x value, and 4 million is the y value. And then 2006 is the other x value, and 2 million is the other y value. So if we use that slope formula we learned, we're going to do 2 minus 4 over 2006 minus 2003. So we're going to get negative 2 over 3. And the only other thing we want to do is we want to put our variables, we want to put words with what our variables were. So on the bottom we have years, and on the top we have sales. And we don't want to forget the sales are millions. So we're losing basically $2 million every 3 years. All right, so we're also going to get slope or rate of change from a table. So we're talking about time walking, which is x, and distance walked, which is feet, and that's going to be y. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pick 2 ordered pairs from the table. It doesn't matter which ones you pick. So maybe we'll do 1 and 4, and then maybe we'll do 2 and 8. So if we do that slope formula real quick, if we do 8 minus 4 over 2 minus 1, we get 4 over 2, which is 2 over 1. And since it's a rate of change, I like to put my words in here. So it looks like it's going to be 2 feet per second. So number 2, climbers on the hike after 2 hours. So X right away is going to be hours. He is at an altitude of 400 feet. So Y is going to be your height, which is in feet. So I would right away pair up 2 with 400. And then it says 6 hours, he's 700 feet. And then I would do the math from there. 700 minus 400 over 6 minus 2. you get 300 over 4, which is 75, and we're talking about feet per hour. So there's your rate of change. For 2 and 3, I'd like you to go ahead and pause the video and try them on your own, and then I'll post answers. Okay, so for number 3, there was a lot of opportunity for mistake here, and we do that on purpose so we pay attention to details. The first thing you need to realize is we're talking about minutes and seconds, and we want these to be the same. So I converted my seconds into minutes. So now I have the same units. The other way they tried to trick you was they reversed the ordering of your ordered pairs. So you have to remember, X is your minutes and Y is your miles. So your minutes should come first in each ordered pair and then your miles. So chances are you probably used 30 seconds instead of half a minute, and you probably have these reversed. So you don't just put the ordered pairs the order that you see them. You have to make sense out of which is X and which is Y. So once you fix that, you should get 4 over 2. So that means basically that's 2 over 1. So you're going 2 miles per minute, but the question says, what's the rate of change per second? So what I would do is change it into 2 miles over 60 seconds. So instead of a minute, 60 seconds. That reduces to 1 and 30. And then if you actually do 1 divided by 30, you get 0.033. So the way we'd say that is 0.033 miles per second. Number 4, they also tried to trick you. So your dollars are actually your Y's, and the years are X. So all my ordered pairs should be years, comma, dollars, or years, comma, dollars. So when we find a rate of change, we get negative 0.3 over 5, which is negative 0.06. So what that means is the cost over the course of 2010 to 2015, the cost decreased 6 cents each year. So the price of getting a photo went down over time.